1.
Hello, I'm Lial Talmasov,
Hi, I'm Soli Villa.
Hi, I'm Vico Barakat.
I'm Jonathan Buskila.
and today we're going to be talking about how nicotine can be unhealthy, especially to teenagers. So, you guys know why nicotine can actually be worse for you if you guys start off at a younger age?
Hi.
Because your brain it's still developing. So whenever you're smoking it, the reward system is going off. So then since my brain is still developing, the nicotine's already getting engraved into my brain.
Wow.
Wait, do you know why teenagers are doing it?
Well, it might be because like probably the urge of peer pressure and just like this. Usually teenagers that's like usually the age where everyone's gonna like try out new things, and like again like I said, peer pressure and stuff like that.
Like anxiety.
Yeah, probably anxiety, depression, like mental issues sometimes like things that could be happening at home.
How does this affect their athletic performance?
Well, this is gonna be a pretty obvious one. Well, because like the nicotine, it could as much as bad as it could be to your brain, with all the development, it could actually also be like probably even worse for your lungs because like Vico said, it's gonna affect your athletic performances because the nicotine is entering your lungs and it could affect things like your stamina and how like long you could be running for.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's so bad.
Okay.
Hey, is anybody else, we can edit this out. Does
do
anybody
you
else
guys
have
know
another
that?
question? If you have a question, you can ask them.
I'm still thinking.
You have a question?
That's what
You have a
I'm saying
question?
about preparing your questions.
Let's talk about the expense. How expensive
Okay. Yeah.
Saving bread.
Somebody want to ask that question?
Yeah, I'll ask.
So
yeah.
I want to ask it.
You ask?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No, Jonathan
Somebody
didn't
else
speak
should
at
ask.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
ask questions.
Somebody else
Um,
ask the question, and then like one of the boys, which boy wants to answer?
I'll answer.
You want to tell you how many pieces you have to buy
Yeah.
times that by the month, times that by the year, and times that by 10 years span, how much is in the cost?
Okay, so you ask.
All right, ready? Okay, so, like, you know how much bread you guys could be saving if no one smoked? Because let's say the average piece you can get for maybe minimum $10 to $25, $30. So they would, let's say, last around like a month. So multiply that by the year, you could be saving hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars a year. So think about how much money you guys could be getting.
That's true because like people like go in to buy not even like every single week. That's how much they get addicted by, and people could also be saving like thousands of dollars every single month. But
Yeah.
they're spending it on their addiction for nicotine.
Yeah, because you know, I actually saw when I was scrolling the other day. There's actually this lady. She was hospitalized and died because she smoked like one vape a week. So usually for other people, I'd say maybe it lasts a month and a half if you're not doing it a lot. But she did a week. Like every week she got a new piece. So that probably ultimately led to her death.
That's horrible.
Did you guys see that lady that had like a hole in her throat from
Yeah,
smoking?
she had to get her voice box taken
Yeah,
out.
Yeah.
like she would always speak like this, like cause like there was like something wrong with like her throat.
No, she had to have like a device where she put it over here so it would vibrate it so she would be able to talk.
Oh wow, but that's probably for like heavy smokers then, like really heavy.
Also, like finishing like one piece of like one vape is like equivalent to like 2 packs of like cigarettes.
Yeah, I know. And you know, whenever for all those smokers out there, you see whenever it says 5% usually on the side somewhere. It's not actually 5% nicotine. They're saying usually it's estimated to around 50 to 65% of nicotine. So you could be smoking way more nicotine than you think you could be than they're letting you on, and that's usually where they get you.
Also, like, even if people buy like the devices with no nicotine, thinking it's gonna be better for them, they have like all the chemicals in it too.
Yeah, because let's say no nicotine, people who think that they're smoking a vape that doesn't have any nicotine. Yeah, it doesn't have nicotine, which is a plus, but it still has all the other worse chemicals for you, like formaldehyde and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Why is it common that only teenagers they rather vape than do cigarettes?
Well,
The
this
smell.
is already like more of an obvious thing because vapes are cheaper. Nowadays, anyone's gonna sell to you. They're a lot easier. They're easier to hide. They're unsmellable. They're,
Also, like they like designed it like that so it doesn't have a smell.
Yeah,
So people can hide it more.
and you know, actually, there's like a little thing where, so you know how people they start off with cigarettes in like the 1900s where they had nicotine.
Like headaches.
Yeah, so people they started realizing, okay, cigarettes are bad for you. So the industry saw that and they're like, oh wait, we're gonna lose all our money. So then they started actually putting that in like a lot of the junk food we had. There would be nicotine in like cookies and chips and drinks to make that addictive. Once people again started finding out, oh, like what they're actually eating, then that's whenever the idea of vapes were created. Basically portable boxes that are around this big, so easy to carry. You don't have to carry a pack of cigarettes around with you. Could last you around a month or two. So that was basically where like the industry basically got everyone.
Also, they like I heard I don't know if it's true, but they had like Coke bottles. They had like a bunch of drugs inside. I don't know if it's true though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had
They had
cocaine.
weed, yeah.
Yeah, they had like all different types of drugs.
Ow, that's very crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you know like nicotine it starts to affect your brain at the age of 25?
Yeah, but also like what's another scary aspect of it is that there would be like wait, I just forgot what I was gonna say right now. Hold up.
Like when you're 25, your brain's like fully
Oh,
function.
yeah.
But if you smoke, it's gonna rewire your brain. So it's like it's gonna be all messed
It's
up.
already
You lose all your
ingrained in it.
you lose all your dopamine, and it's hard to like release it because you
Yeah.
already lost all of it because of nicotine.
Wow.
You got anything to say, Vico?
Do you think that nicotine would like? Do you think as it is right now, they would? Do you think America would get rid of nicotine?
I mean, they just legalized weed. I don't know if anybody saw it, and I personally think that weed is way worse than nicotine. But like what I was saying was another scary aspect about vapes is that like they're pretty recent. They were only made around like what 25, 30 years ago.
No, for like 4 or 5 years ago.
They
It's
were?
not true.
No,
They
I'm
made it
pretty
because
sure.
they realized cigarettes were bad.
Yeah.
That's what
So there's so many chemicals that we don't know, like that teenagers don't know what they're putting inside of them. So like we don't know, like maybe in a few years scientists they'll make a discovery that it causes blindness or like deafness or any other mental issues. It could cause schizophrenia. It was anything really bad that we don't want to be having.
Yeah,
feel like-
speaking about blind, I saw a person he smoked Nick one time, and then he had a blind eye, and when he woke up the next day, and he had to go to the hospital, and he couldn't see for like the rest of his life.
Oh wow, sounds brutal.
I'm pretty sure. I think that since nicotine goes up to your brain, eventually it's gonna like take so much of you. I think it could cause like brain damage or something.
Yeah, like I said, people they don't not even just teenagers, anyone like they don't know. They think it's a healthy substitution for cigarettes, but they don't know really what they're putting inside of them. Like they could be putting all these toxic chemicals that probably never even heard of. So like I said, you don't know, maybe it causes blindness later in life, mental issues, schizophrenia.
Why is it common for teenagers to do it more than adults?
A lot of kids think it's cool.
Yeah, it's probably like more of a maturity issue.
Do they have different reasons?
It could be maybe like some things going on at home, depression, anxiety, like I said,
Depression,
mental
that's
issues.
The biggest reason.
Thank you
Alright.
for watching the front four. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Yo, every single time.